All right, back with some more self-defense stories for you. These are all from the last week, from April 15th to April 20th. We'll start in Middletown, Pennsylvania, where we have an adult who was unharmed and two suspects that were both injured and arrested while they were trying to break into a home. 4 men were charged in the early morning hours, home invasion in Bethlehem Township. 2 of the men were shot by an occupant of the house, leaving one in critical condition, and a third remained at large as of Thursday afternoon. According to the news release, 45-year-old Milito Delgado, 29-year-old Michael Matas, and 23-year-old Francis Ferrando and 29-year-old Anthony Santiago entered the house around 4 a.m. on Thursday. 3 people were in the house, one of whom opened fire and hit Matas and Fernando. Matas hit 7 times, was in critical but stable condition, and is expected to survive. Fernando was hit in the leg and released, and they, along with Delgado, were in custody. Santiago remained at large. The men are each charged with 3 counts of robbery and attempted serious bodily injury, 2 counts of possessing an instrument of crime, burglary, simple assault, and related charges. So these guys break into a house and end up getting shot by the homeowner, and the one guy got hit 7 times. So this homeowner, he unloaded his clip on these guys, and he managed to hit 2 of them, and that was enough to stop them from breaking into his house. Okay, let's move on to Vista, California. We got an adult male who was unharmed. That's our victim. And the suspect, 30-year-old Elias Cruz, was injured and arrested. And this looks like it's a domestic violence instance. It says Elias Cruz assaulted his younger brother with a shovel, and the younger brother shot him, and he was arrested. And they're calling that one a self-defense. And okay, let's go to Mobile, Alabama. Adult male unharmed, that's our victim. And 31-year-old Ryan Terrell, our suspect, he was killed in this homeowner shot intruder story. Officers said 31-year-old Ryan Terrell attempted to break into a home in West Mobile around 3:30 a.m. The homeowner allegedly shot Terrell. Terrell was taken to the local hospital where he later died from his injuries. Mobile police said that this is an active investigation. So this guy breaks into a house and gets shot by the homeowner, and he is no longer a menace to society. Okay, let's move to Memphis, Tennessee. We got an 18-year-old victim who was unharmed and a 29-year-old suspect, Wesley Williams, who was injured and arrested. Homeowner shot a prowler who broke into the residence. They're calling this guy a prowler. Memphis police officer responded to a prowler call. A suspect broke into a residence around 10:14 p.m. on Tuesday, and the homeowner fired shots. The shooting victim was taken to the hospital in critical condition. We are working to gather more information. So this guy, again, another home invasion. There's a lot of home invasions already on this week. Guy breaks into the house, and the homeowner shoots at him, and this guy's in critical condition, so that one could go either way. That was in Memphis. Okay, Austin, Texas, where our victim was unharmed, and we got an adult male suspect who was injured. This is another home invasion. Austin police say no charges will be filed after a resident shot a man who was trying to break into their home. Police say they got a 911 call just after 5:30 a.m. on April 18th to report a man trying to break into a home. A woman told police the man was banging on her door trying to break her door down, and she was trying to hold the door closed. We woke up around 5 and I heard some knocking going on. I thought it was at our door. Okay, this is a guy that lives next door. It was a duplex, and this is a guy that lives in the adjacent unit. He was asking for money, telling the neighbors to let him in, going on and on. At this point, I grabbed my butcher knife. I didn't know what's about to happen. So this is a duplex. The criminals pounding on one side, and the guy on the other side's hearing it, and he grabs a butcher knife just in case something's going to happen at his house. The woman then said, and this is on the other side, the woman that's on the side that he's banging on, said that the man broke through a window and shots were fired. After banging on the window for about 3 minutes, we hear the glass break. 4 or 5 shots were fired off, and that was the end of it. Investigators determined a resident shot the man in self-defense. So that one, no, that guy was just injured. He didn't die in that one. But he was really trying to get into that house. And I don't know if that's the normal way people try and break in, by alerting the whole neighborhood that they're breaking in, but that's how he chose to go forward with it there. All right, Jackson, Mississippi. We got an adult male victim that was unharmed and an adult male suspect that was arrested. Homeowner shot burglar on his property. The Jackson Police Department is on the scene of a shooting off Northside Drive. One man was shot in the leg after breaking into a home and confronted by the homeowner, who tells me that this is an ongoing problem in his area. A female accompanying that burglar is being detained. So it looks like actually these 2 people were trying to break into the homeowner's shed. And the homeowner shot the man in the leg, and both the man and the female were arrested. I don't know what he's got in his shed. He says this is an ongoing problem, so apparently he keeps something in his shed that people know is in there, and they're trying to get out. But criminals were injured in that one. So Goodyear, Arizona, we got an adult male victim that was unharmed, and our 18-year-old suspect, Hassan Kamara, was injured and arrested. This is another homeowner exchanged shots with a man trying to break into his car. Goodyear police say a homeowner shot an alleged would-be car burglar late Monday night. Officers were called around 9:30 p.m. after the family members witnessed 18-year-old Hassan Kamara and another person trying to break into a car. Police say Kamara pointed a gun at the homeowner, who was also armed. Investigators said that the 2 shot at each other, and Kamara was hit. He was taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. No one else was hurt. Kamara and the other suspect were later taken into custody. Kamara was booked for aggravated assault, 3rd-degree burglary, and unlawful discharge of a firearm in city limits. Authorities aren't releasing the second suspect's name because they are underage. Of course they are. The investigation is ongoing. So this is one that we've been hearing a lot about, is people shooting at people that are trying to break into their cars. Because you got these car thefts going on all over the place, and people are tired of it. In this case, the shooter, the homeowner, the owner of the car, he's fortunate. 1, he's in Arizona, which is a plus. And 2, the car thief had a gun as well. So this guy shouldn't be facing any charges on this one. And hopefully the car thief and their underage buddy learn a lesson from it. Okay, Smyrna, Georgia. We just did Smyrna, Georgia not that long ago. Smyrna, Georgia. The victim is an adult male who was unharmed, and the suspect was an adult male, and he was killed. And this is another home invasion, of which they must have a lot there, because I remember Smyrna. Smyrna police said an attempted burglar was shot to death by a homeowner in Smyrna on Sunday night. This is the second time a homeowner has been shot. This is the second time a homeowner has shot someone attempting to break into a home in Smyrna in the last month. Okay, that's why I remember it, because we just covered that one. Officers received reports of a person shot in the area around 7:30 p.m. Police have not released the identities of the burglar or the homeowner. They did tell the news that they believe the homeowner was acting in self-defense. A neighbor said they heard gunshot, and then police swarmed the neighborhood. So this is Smyrna, Georgia. This is the second one in less than a month. And I don't remember the other one specifically, but these guys will eventually start learning that if you're trying to break into these houses, that the criminals are being shot. And I hope that this kind of stuff is being played on the news. Not that the criminals are watching the news, but somebody's likely going to see these reports of these people breaking into places, or their friends, or the news. The word needs to spread that at least in this city, if you break into someone's house, you're going to get shot, because the people have guns and they will shoot you when you break into the house. So that needs to be spread. And if the news doesn't do anything else but cover just something like that, they'll be doing a great service to the city, because maybe the criminals will decide to not break into homes in that area. So let's move now to Houston, Texas, where we got an adult victim who was unharmed and an adult male who was injured and arrested. Okay, this looks like an ATM burglary. A man was shot after allegedly attempting to rob another person at an ATM in the west part of the city of Houston. The situation took place on Saturday around 7:02 p.m. A man was using the drive-through ATM. Then an armed man approached his car door. Officers said the suspect ordered the victim to give him money and beat the victim in the head. A witness pulled up to use the ATM service and confronted the suspect after they saw the altercation. The witness had a gun. Police said the suspect turned his gun on the witness. The witness was reportedly scared for his life and shot the suspect several times in the lower extremities. The suspect ran away but was taken into custody by police. He also received medical care and was taken to the hospital. So in this case, the guy's in the drive-thru at the ATM, and this guy comes up with a gun, starts beating him in the head, trying to rob him of his money, and someone luckily pulls up behind him to use that same ATM and had a gun and stopped the situation. And this was 7:02 p.m., so it was probably still light out. That was not that many days ago, so it was definitely still light out, or dusk, So using these ATMs after dark, you hear a lot of stories in almost any city. If you're using these places after dark, there's a lot of stories of people getting attacked, but it's still daylight, still probably kind of dangerous if you're in the wrong neighborhood, but at least that one ended well. And let's see, we got Clewiston, Florida. Clewiston. All right, we got an adult victim who was unharmed and a 48-year-old suspect, Chad Mitchell Waldrop, who was injured. And he was injured by a security guard. A man was shot in an attempted armed robbery at an arcade. The police responded to an attempted armed robbery just after 2 a.m. The man, wearing a mask and carrying a gun, entered the arcade, demanding everyone get on the ground. An armed security guard at the arcade fired one shot at the suspect. No customers or employees were injured in the incident. The report states that the suspect fled the scene before police arrived. While searching the area, detectives found a black BB gun, believed to be the suspect's weapon. Of course, he had a BB gun. These guys often are using BB guns and fake guns. They don't even have real guns when they're breaking in and doing this stuff. But unfortunately, people involved in the incident, like the security guard, do not know if the gun is real or if it's fake. And if you're waving it around and you're ordering people to do stuff and threatening them with it, they're going to assume that it is real and they are going to shoot at you. Okay, so let's go to Columbus, Ohio, where we got an 18-year-old or an adult victim who was unharmed, and we got a 60-year-old, Kevin Smith, our suspect, was killed. This is another home invasion. At what age do you stop doing this stuff? I mean, these people, do you ever learn? This guy learned. He learned the hard way because he's no longer with us. But at what point do you learn that this isn't the way you go through your life, breaking into houses? The guy's 60 years old. Okay, the Columbus Police Homicide Unit is investigating a deadly shooting that happened in Southern Orchards neighborhood. Officers responded around 6 p.m. following reports of a trespasser at the home. Before officers arrived at the scene, police received an additional call that the trespasser had been shot and killed by the homeowner. The man, identified as 60-year-old Kevin Smith, was pronounced dead at the scene at 6:30 p.m. The man's name is being withheld pending investigation. Columbus police said the homeowner has not been charged with a crime and is not being named at this time. So this guy's breaking into his house. A 60-year-old guy is breaking into someone's house and ends up getting killed. I mean, you have to, at some point, you have to learn that you have to grow out of this stuff at some point. I guess this guy, I mean, he wasn't probably ever going to grow out of it. So this was ultimately the way that he was going out of this world, was doing what he does. So that was the last one we had for this week. A lot of home invasions and a lot of criminals that are no longer with us. So thanks for watching. I'm going to try and put these videos up every Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to try and get on a schedule and just do it once a week so they come out on a regular basis. This one will be going out on a Saturday, but going forward I'll try and get them out weekly on either Wednesday or Thursday. I haven't decided which day, but start looking for them on a regular basis every week. And thanks for watching.